Hey, it's Rich, the Louisiana Hobby Guy. We are continuing again with Accessory Week, and today we're going to be looking at the Dewallie air compressor and honeycomb bed. So let's jump straight into it. All right, so I've got this new Dewallie air compressor plugged in here, and I've got my wire management done here. But I wanted to show you how quiet this thing is as compared to the aquarium pumps. And it is completely quiet in here right now. So I'm going to just turn this on and listen. Very quiet. Very, very quiet. And if I come over here, I have a good amount of airflow coming out. It seems to be a decent amount of air. So we're going to try it and, see how well it does. So far, it looks pretty good. All right, so let's talk about this ingenious little universal device that came from Dewallie. And this will fit any diode laser. And the way that it does that is that it's larger, the width, than most lasers, or than all lasers actually, because I've tried this on several different modules. And if you see here, you can see there's probably almost a quarter of an inch there, the space. And on the side here, you've got your tightening screw right here. So this is what locks it in place on the laser module itself. And on the side here, you have two more screws. These two screws can be loosened, and this can slide up and down. I don't see really what the purpose of that is, because this piece can slide up and down as well. So perhaps if you have to get really up high, no. I mean, it's always going to work just the way it is. There's no need to ever adjust these two on the side, although I get the principle. But so that's the whole idea right there. You just screw down this screw on the side. And this is probably the easiest air assist I've seen. So let's give it a try and see how it does. All right, so this is actually my second cut that I've got loaded here. And the first one I did without the air assist. This one I've done with the air assist. And I've left the soundtrack on that one for a little bit, just so that you can actually hear the amount of air that's coming out, even though I guess it's kind of hard to hear. But it has a pretty decent amount of air. So it's very comparable to the aquarium pumps that I have in the wood shop, as you can hear in the background. And I think it's doing a pretty good job. Now, the way that it's set up, the installation took 30 seconds, which was kind of nice to have something, straight out of the box, where all I did was put it on there and get an idea of what the focus was, make sure that it wasn't going to hit the material, aimed it, and tightened down the screw, and that was it. I mean, it was very simple, few seconds to set up as compared to some of the ones I've done in the past, 3D printing them, and it was just a hassle getting everything lined up. So I'm not going to bore you with this whole video. I just wanted to throw something up showing the second cut with the air assist, so you could actually hear it live. And so this is the second test card that I'm doing. The first one wasn't fast enough, and I think this one's going to give you a good idea of the difference in the cutting. So I'm going to cut this now, and we'll get back to it. Okay, so after these two tests were done, with and without air assist, didn't quite get to the point where it didn't cut through, so I decided to run another set of tests. So here they are right here. So this is without air assist right here, and this one is with air assist right here. So now you got to keep in mind that the text will always come out better without air assist. When you're running something like this, and I should have put the text on a separate layer and run them both without air assist. That's why this one's clearer than this one. But you know, as far as cutting, and that's really what we're looking at the air assist for today, cutting ability. The cutting was much better. So what I did was I outlined in green. I'm going to overlay the two, with and without, and I outlined in green the ones that cut through better with the air assist. So if you see here, we go from where are we at, 350 and 80% power cut through with the air assist, did not without. In fact, 80, 90, 100% all cut through. 375 millimeters a minute, 90 and 100% cut through. And then even as high as 400 and 450%, I was still able to cut through with the air assist, and none of that happened without the air assist. So this is just overlaying it on top of here so that you can get a better idea of how it worked. And I probably could have went higher. That's a pretty good number, 450 millimeters per minute and 100% power, and it cut clean through. So that's a good number. Now on the air assist, we also have to keep in mind that this is not a direct vertical air assist. This is a 45-degree angle, so we're going to get slightly different results than we would from a vertical air assist. All right, so let's visit for a while. Now, let's look at the honeycomb bed. So the honeycomb bed, it is a standard honeycomb bed. They're $89.99. It has the 7 millimeter pitch as compared to my CO2, which I believe is a 9 millimeter aluminum, so it's not metal. You can't use the magnets on it. Sometimes I like magnets better. Sometimes I like the aluminum better, the honeycomb pins. I do have a file, I'll put a link down in the description, in my online store where you can cut out your own honeycomb pins for this laser, and they're free. You can download those for free, and they work really well. And I suggest if you do download those that you use 1 millimeter wood. This way they'll hold your work in place because they'll flex into the honeycomb grid itself and hold everything down. But if your laser head happens to hit it, if you have one of those 2 millimeter focus lasers and it happens to hit that pen, it'll that pin, why do I keep saying pen? It'll just snap it off. So that's one of the things I like about the honeycomb pins versus the magnets. The magnets, it'll push it out of the way, the board will warp, it could ruin your job. I do prefer the magnets better with the steel honeycomb, but either way works for me. So it's up to you what you want to do. Like I said, you can get that file for free over at my online store, engraveandcutfiles.com. I'll put a link down below on that. It does come with a, it looks like an aluminum plate that goes underneath it, but it does not have any risers. So it's important that if you use one of these honeycomb beds, that you rise it off the ground. And the reason for that is that you have to have airflow all the way around, or else the fumes from cutting through the wood will get stuck in the honeycomb, and they'll cause these little mini explosions that can ruin your workpiece. It can shift it out of alignment, and then you've just ruined the job. You can use anything. There is an STL that someone did that I have in my online store for the legs, the honeycomb legs. You can buy that. I think it's only like $3 for that. I don't get anything from that. That all goes to the creator. You can print your own legs for it. You can use, a couple of slate coasters. You can use a couple blocks of wood, one in each corner. As long as you raise it up so that the airflow goes under it, you'll be good. And then you've got that aluminum tray that goes underneath it, so you don't have to worry about damaging your work bed either. A lot of them don't come with that aluminum tray, so that is kind of important. So let's talk about the reasons that you use the air assist. So here it is without the air assist, and I want you to take a good look. You'll see that there's a lot of yellow overburn. smoke residue all around the cuts, as compared to this one, which is totally clean all around the cuts. Now don't look at the corners. I didn't set the minimum power, so the corners are going to be a little bit burnt, but they're burnt on both of them. So, but you'll see just how clean these cuts are. The edges are absolutely clean. Kind of hard to see in the video, but that's the benefit of the Air Assist, is that you can run faster, you can run with less power if you choose to. I run everything at 100% power, so I just want to go as fast as possible with the cutting. And you know, this is the test a test grid that you should be doing on all of your materials, so you know how it comes out, you know how it engraves, you know how it cuts, you know what speed, what power to use. You know, all of these files, you can get my universal test card over at my discussion board, the forum. If you're a member there, there's a section there for member downloads. The universal test card is in there, which is where I got this from. Or I may have designed that one separately, but I have a much better universal test card over on the forum. So you want to run these tests with and without your Air Assist, for your engraving without, for your cutting with. And if you're going to do this, like I said earlier, I should have put all of the text on one layer and then all of the cuts on another layer. This way I'd keep the Air Assist off for the text, and then as soon as it went to the cutting, turn the Air Assist on, and it would have been a nice clean, well-defined text on both of them. But I didn't do that. I was just in a hurry. So if you want more power, I know everybody wants Air Assist because it really is necessary if you're going to be doing any cutting. A lot of these smaller projects, a lot of the projects that I do, they require cutting. It's going to keep you from having to do extra sanding and post prep on all of your products. So it's a great thing to have. You know, there are lots of people out there with the 3D printed Air Assist. This one is really easy to use. It fits on any laser module up to 10 watts, from 1 watt all the way up to 10 watts. Just clamps right onto the aluminum housing, and you just set it to the height that you want, screw it in place and plug it in, and it's ready to go. Really nice little unit. I kind of wish that it would have been something that could have went on the bottom, but that would be almost impossible to design. The best Air Assist that you can get is a vertical, one that blows straight down with the laser beam. That's going to keep the path clean. It's also not going to blow any smoke or debris to one side or the other, where you'll have a little bit of smoke and debris on one side. So, you know, 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Most of the aftermarket Air Assists that you're going to find out there are going to be a 45-degree angle pointing down. You can either point it from this side, from that side, whatever. It's always going to be at an angle. So this is probably one of the better ones that I've seen. I like the Dewallie air pump. It seems to do well. Now, it's been in here for, I don't know, probably 2 months, more longer, maybe 3 months. I've used it on a lot of projects. You've probably seen it in some of my other videos. I have 35, 40 hours on it. I know some people had problems with this particular design of air pump, but I haven't had a single problem with it. It doesn't run hot. It hasn't overheated or anything like that. I've used it straight for 4.5 hours with no problem. In fact, one night I left it on, it was still on the next morning because it's not that loud, and I didn't realize that I left it on. And the next morning when I came in, I turned it off. It wasn't even hot. So it ran all night one night and didn't have any problems with it. So I don't have a problem recommending this. It seems to be a pretty decent build. So it's all, the honeycomb bed is completely up to you whether you'd rather have metal or aluminum. So that's really the only difference. The price is pretty much in line with everything else. You're going to be in that $89 price range for any decent honeycomb bed. I would warn you away from the $40 ones that you see on Amazon, $40, $49. Those are, first off, the honeycomb is not to standard. It's not 7 or 9 millimeter mesh. That's number one. I think it was 6.1, the one that I got that I never did the review on. I actually gave it away to someone else. So it doesn't have a uniform mesh, number one. Number two, it was extremely flexible side to side. So it didn't have any reinforcements reinforcement rods. You know, you want to stay away from the cheap ones. This is in the bottom of the average price range, which is pretty much, you know, from $89 up to, I don't know, $149, somewhere around there. This one ranks down on the bottom and works well. It's a honeycomb bed. It is, what can you say about it? It doesn't actually work. I mean, if your pins fit into it, it holds down the material, you're good to go as far as I'm concerned. Just don't get the cheap ones, because like I said, they do flex. And the one cheap one that I did get, I could never get to lay down completely flat. It was always cocked just a little bit like that. And I wound up having to screw it into the wasteboard, and then I wound up giving it away to a friend. He had no problem screwing it down into his wasteboard. I think that's about it. I think I've covered everything. Yeah, so that's about it. I got everything covered. So don't forget, we have the raffle, which you're going to see below this video. Maybe it was a little bit earlier. We have the raffle that's going, and don't forget about my forum. Come over there. It's growing like crazy. Lots of good posts over there from lots of great people and showing off their creations and things like that. It's a lot of fun. I don't spend a whole lot of time over there, but the time that I do spend there, I enjoy it. It's so much better than Facebook or Instagram or the others. Come visit me on Instagram. Come visit me on Facebook. All the links are down below in the description. And that's about it for this video. So I'll put a link down below to the Air Assist and the honeycomb bed if you're interested in getting one. When you follow those links, you're helping to support the channel, because they're affiliate links, and they'll send me, you know, $2 or $3 for every person that buys one of them. So that helps to support the channel, so I can bring you more content like this, review more products for you, and show you the good and the bad and the ugly as far as lasers and accessories go. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it for you. And as always, I thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.